questions?
Okay. Yes, now I do. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Gamers Nation 1234. I am one of your hosts, Will, and with us, like always, we have Lynn.
YouTube!
Lynn.
Howdy.
Howdy. Next, we have Denny, who's awake, at least for the time being. How
Yay!
you doing, Denny?
I'm playing Mario's Bros. Smash.
Super Smash
He
Brothers.
said bro
That
smash.
game.
That Mario
That
Bros.
don't sound right, by the way.
All right, we got Trent. How you doing, Trent?
Hello, Trent Network.
Next we have Thuggy. Thuggy Plus. How you doing, Thuggy?
Thuggy.
You're muted.
What's
okay.
up?
Hey. All right. Next we have Bawse. How you doing, Bawse?
What's good, YouTube? It's Brooklyn Boss.
BK. Brooklyn Boss. I'm sorry. I know that BK does. I'm sorry, boss. Never again. I won't do that again. We have Dirty with the blue hair. How you doing, Dirty?
What's going on, GN1234? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Old Dirty, and I never reveal the Wu-Tang secrets.
Okay, good. Especially, it sucks that you don't have that. Do you have that secret album?
No,
Okay, I was about to say, because if you did, you
I might have to leak it.
But you just said that you just contradicted yourself. Okay, what? All right, we're moving. Oh, we're moving on. All right. Something just blew my mind. I guess I want to start it with this. I don't know if any of you guys are interested, but this blew my mind. I was under the impression that Shadow of Mordor does the Lord of the Rings game, Shadow of Mordor, Middle Earth, whatever it's called. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor is coming out on Tuesday, and I was completely flabbergasted by so many freaking reviews that were so positive on this game, and I thought it was delayed to November, but I must have mixed it up with another game that looked like Shadow of Mordor. I don't know, but I want it now. So I guess we're gonna go down the line and see if anybody else have heard of this game. And do they plan on getting it? And so we're going to start with Dirty. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor. Does that pique your interest, or have you heard of it?
Yes, I heard of it. I actually watched a review on it, so I actually seen some gameplay. It looked pretty cool. Remind me of Assassin's Creed. The way you can, sneak around up on your enemies. You can go into that. Like stealth mode, you know how he can see like everything is dark, but the enemies are like glowing. It's exactly the same, just like Assassin's
Metal Gear Solid as well too. Metal Gear Solid.
and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, it looked like a good game.
Looks really interesting. Boss, have you heard of Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor? And if you did, does it pique your interest? Are you getting it? Bawse? Okay, we're going to go on to Denny. We'll go back to Boss. Denny.
Yeah.
I know you're busy playing that Super Smash Brothers right now, which you're late, by the way, by a week. Well, technically, if you got the code, you're late by 2 weeks. But anyways, do you know what Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor is? Have you seen this game?
Is that Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, it's that Lord of the Rings game that's coming out for PlayStation 4. You
Yeah, I
seen
saw
it?
Yeah.
Do you want to get it?
No.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't interest you?
But I like Lord of the Rings games, but not this one.
Okay, so this one doesn't grab your interest, even though it looks like Assassin's Creed.
No.
Even though it plays like Batman Arkham City.
No.
Okay, then we're moving on. Lynn!
We are.
How you doing?
I'm
you doing,
wonderful.
Lynn?
How you doing?
I'm good.
It's Friday. Weekend.
It's Friday. Weekend. Okay, anyway. Have you heard of Shadow of Mordor?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen anything on it as of yet. I've been stuck on The Sims 4, watching
Really?
gameplays and stuff. Oh my god, that game is freaking awesome.
Since all the
Really?
past.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I'm working on getting that out of my system so I can get caught up on everything else.
All right. All right. All right. Boss, are you back?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I wanted to ask you. Have you heard of Middle
You guys
Earth
hear me?
Shadow? Yeah, we hear
Yeah.
you. Have you heard of Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, actually, I've heard of it. I've been following it since the announcement of it. It's coming out, I believe, next week. So far, what I see of it, they lift like that early embargo lift. So we're probably going to get some gameplay of it from various channels on YouTube. But it looks like something that I would actually get into. It does got that Assassin's Creed feel, but it also got that open world type feel. It looked like the Lord of the Ring games that we all wanted to play prior to this one coming out. The other ones were like more RPG type, and this is more story driven with somewhat RPG elements, but not saturated with it. But it does look like it's something that looks really good.
Okay. Because I was surprised that they even released this game. I thought that they delayed it, and it still blows my mind to this day that I thought it was delayed to November, and then I went to go pick up Hyrule Warriors, came home, then I saw all these reviews popping out for it, and then I'm like, what? This game is good and it's coming out. I wanted this, and I freaked out. So of course, naturally, I freaked out. But anyways, we gonna go to Trent. I already know how you feel about it, but let the people know.
Shadow of Sleeping Door.
All right.
Assassin's Creed and Lords of the Boring. No, not interested.
Whatever. Okay, whatever. But each to their own.
I hate
No hate.
Lords of the
No
Ring.
hate.
So boring.
You hate Lord of the Rings, you hate Assassin's Creed, you hate every freaking game that in existence that have ever been named except for Grand Theft Auto. And Batman. That's it.
I like Final Fantasy. I like the
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff.
Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, but those four
Infamous.
games, you would think that that's the only games that you play on this
No,
on the
I play
console.
Infamous.
Mm-hmm. But did you enjoy yourself when you played it?
Yes. Better than that other game that we won't mention.
Okay, good. Now we're gonna move on because hey, we get it. We get it. We get it.
Huh? I'm not talking about the W one.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I was about to say. I was okay. Oh yeah, and you've been playing The Sims. You like The Sims too, or 4 technically.
So
Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna love it like in a year. Oh my God, Miss K's here. Hey, Miss K.
What's up, Miss K?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What's up, Miss K?
What's up, boss? What's up, Dirty? Lynn? Trent?
got the whole crew here.
Now we got the whole crew. We got a full episode.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is awesome.
Sound effects on the way.
You know,
You know it. Click. I'm over there. Click. Sound effects are on. my
yes,
man.
they are on and popping. That's it.
Today is the weekend. There we go.
That's me, and I didn't set the
That
right
wasn't
time.
me.
So I'm gonna give up. No more.
Uh-oh.
So
Got
sorry.
Trent at the wrong time.
That's
I was
okay,
about to
Trent.
say. It's okay. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're doing a question, but I'll ask you. I'm gonna ask Dougie first. So
Okay.
Dougie, how do you feel about Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor?
Well, it's really not a game I'm interested in. I never really got into the Assassin's Creed games, so yeah, I'm not really. It's not nothing that I really care for.
What about Batman Arkham? What about the Batman Arkham series?
I ain't getting into Batman either.
Oh, you didn't get into that series either?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. We're just checking. Miss K.
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you heard of this game. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. Surprisingly, came out of nowhere, and it's coming out on Tuesday, and it's already getting rave reviews from all over the place. The lowest score it got was Destructoid, which gave it a 6. The highest score it got was a 9.5 to a 5 out of 5. So I don't know if you ever heard of this game, and if you did, are you planning on getting it day one?
Not only have I heard of the game, I have got to. What the person that put me on this game was Mr. T-Tech.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. T.
the Mr. T.
Yeah, and yes, I'm picking it up Tuesday. I sure am. It plays like Batman. I like Batman games. So, yeah, I'm going to try it.
See, the thing is like I said to everybody, this is, I think, the third or fourth time I'm saying it, but I was completely under the impression that this game got delayed. And it blew my mind because I went to go pick up Hyrule Warriors, and then I came home. And then I saw all these reviews after I was live streaming for a while, and then I saw that this game is coming out on Tuesday. So I was under the impression that it came out today.
Right.
And I was completely like flabbergasted. So I called GameStop, and they said, no, it comes out on Tuesday. I'm like, oh, Tuesday. I'm like, can you still pre-order it? They're like, yeah, you can, but it is very limited in number of space. And I tried to ask if I could pre-order it over the phone. Right. If I wanted to transfer, he says, no, we need to physically have you in the store, blah, 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 blah. When somebody done it for me before.
Right.
Whatever. You know, but I understand where he's coming from. I give you the phone number and everything. Obviously, it's me, but whatever. All right. So, Lynn.
Yes.
I know that you had a story that I wanted you to read. That you said that you got a story about Go ahead, refresh my memory. Yeah, Sunset Overdrive. Yes.
Well, Techno Buffalo is actually the people that put this story out in reference to Sunset Overdrive. They spoke to the president and CEO of Insomniac, Ted Price, and they were talking about how Sunset Overdrive checks in at 30 frames per second and 900p on the Xbox One. So basically, he stated that, you know, when they disabled the Kinect on the system, it basically, well, this is what he said. He stated, what happened for developers not using the Kinect is there was a slight boost in CPU power that we got to take advantage of. This game really does push the limits when it comes to the number of enemies on screen, so it was useful for us to have more CPU juice to help with physics, navigation, and AI. We're running at 900p and 30 frames per second native. This is a game with a lot on the screen, and we made the choice to be at 900p because we wanted to push the level of detail, action, the size of the city, and the views you can experience as you move around. What's great about Sunset Overdrive is if you can see it, you can go there.
Good. I hope it's actually true. I think they were throwing shade kind of at
Destiny.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Oh well.
You can go to it. I mean, I don't want to look. I'm done. I'm done trashing
Persona
Destiny.
Q has a European release date.
Really?
When does it come out?
So it's Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. It's coming out in Europe on the 28th of November.
Oh, okay.
North Americans will get it on the 25th.
Right. Okay, the 25th. I cannot believe that I'm like losing it today. There's so many games that are coming out that I lost track.
I know.
So
I've got
hard.
days that I've taken off, and now I don't even remember why. I'm texting Will. I'm like, Will, why did I take this day off?
I know. Like, I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I know that Super Smash Brothers comes out on the 3rd, and then she's telling me, why do I have to the 7th off? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I'm
to cancel those days and put them where when the Xbox was come out, so I can have a little more time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that I thought that you probably took off those days because you wanted a week to train in Smash Brothers, but I was I'm like, okay, all right. Go, Miss K.
You ain't gonna say that ain't funny.
That ain't funny. I ain't spending a whole week playing a mobile game. I could be playing at work.
Well, speaking of Smash, some dude at Polygon said that Super Smash for the 3DS is kind of ruining my life and my hands.
Wow.
Oh, what do you mean? Okay, what does the art? Read a little bit of the article.
Blisters on the fingers.
Let's see. He said I don't have a basis for comparison with the smaller models. They may actually be harder on the hands, but after an hour or so with the biggest 3DS I could find, every muscle aches in both of my hands.
Wow.
Regardless, I've been tempted to tape myself up like a boxer in order to keep playing. Super Smash Brothers mixes in just about every hook you could possibly imagine in order to keep your interest and enthusiasm at a maximum level.
Wow.
There's never been a time since I've begun playing the game that I felt like walking away, other than breaks I've taken out of fear for my poor wrists. Yeah, Will, I told you about that too.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because
my wrist and stuff started to hurt.
Ooh.
Yeah, mine does hurt too.
I mean, it was bad. It felt like, almost kind of like maybe along the lines of what is it?
Carpal tunnel?
Anyway, yeah, carpal tunnel pain. It was hurting. It was bad.
Wow.
So Nintendo needs to put on the disclaimer on the box.
They should, because this probably could hurt people.
Yeah.
No, it could, because the thing is that the reviews came out for Super Smash Brothers today. The embargo was lifted, and so Super Smash Brothers has been getting like 8s in the 8 section, and one of the reasons is that people complain that when there's 4 characters on the screen, that the characters are hard to follow because they're too small when the camera pans out. So every time when you hit somebody and they launch off of the screen, the camera backs up just to see where that person is. And then so they said that if you're playing with 3 players, it's fine. If you're playing it with 2, that's what it's made for. But 4 is a little bit too much. They also said that Smash Run sucks. I knew that was gonna happen. It didn't look interesting to me anyway. But the moment that I heard that it wasn't gonna be online, that you couldn't play that mode with your friends unless if you're local, I'm like, I ain't touching this mode unless I have to get trophies or something out of it. And then the last is they're actually having tournaments. They're doing a 3DS tournament. Oh yeah, wait, no, I'm sorry. The last thing, was that it was that your hands hurt after you play for a few rounds, and it like really starts to hurt your wrist. So it's like I remember I was laying down and I was playing it, and I have to kind of like grip it and like. Hold up, let me do this with an actual 3DS.
It's really difficult.
Because the thing is that you have to hit these 2 back buttons here, and that's what makes it hard. So it's like I have to do it like this, and then like look at how wide my hands are. So I have to like play like this to at least get it comfortable. But yeah, it proves that the 3DS is even in XL. Not good. Not. I mean, like it's. I'm still getting it. I will be playing it hundreds of hours, and yeah, Zero completed the 100-hour marathon this morning. And I guess in final Super Smash Bros. News before we finally leave the subject, there is a tournament that kicks off October 4th, the day after the game releases. It's a national open tournament, and it's gonna be in a few places, which none of them are in my area, so I can't do it. So for anybody out there, here are the locations of where they are. There's a location in GameStop in 966 Blossom Hill Road, wherever the hell that is. Next is Winfield Shopping Center. Wait, no, I got that wrong. Okay, it's in San Jose, California. The next one is another GameStop in Anaheim Town Center, which is 2004 East Lincoln Avenue, Anaheim, California. Another GameStop is at Co-op with Barnes & Noble, is in Denver, Colorado, on 960 South Colorado Boulevard. I'm just gonna name the store in the place where it's at. Ooh, dirty! You could do this possibly. GameStop at the Brickyard Shopping Center, I guess is what it's called, and it is at 6451 West Diversey Parkway, Suite G9 at Chicago, Illinois 60707. Next is at Dedham Mall in Baltimore National Pike. Oh no, I'm sorry. In Dedham, Massachusetts. Oh God, I can't even read this. Oh my God. Next is St. John's Plaza at Elcott City in Maryland. The other one is at a GameStop at North Carolina at Bonnie Doon. Next one is at GameStop in New York. Boss, I don't know if you could go to this one, but it's at a GameStop at 32 East 14th Street in New York, New York. So there's a tournament for that. There's one at Bellevue, Washington, one at Davie, Florida, one in Brandon, Florida, Orlando, Florida. So, Miss Cat, I don't know if any of those are near you. Next, there's Chamblee, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Plano, Texas, Rockefeller Plaza, New York, in Nintendo World. So, yeah, so it's so there's like a bunch of tournaments. Nintendo's really taking this thing seriously. Hopefully, when the game releases, they give us a release date for the Wii U version, because a new level has been introduced, which is Game & Wario level, and the next one is and the last bit of news, I swear, last bit of news is oh my God. Oh, and they showed the box art of what the box art looks like with the GameCube controller and stuff. What it looks like, so they showed the box of what that looks like. And
all you gotta do is go to Amazon. You can see it. They're rumored to be selling it now.
Yes.
Already. Okay.
All right, now moving away from Super Smash Brothers because that took a lot of the episode. So
well, I've got some Destiny news.
All right, give us some Destiny news, Lynn.
Well, there's of course there's some things going on now. The Queen's Wrath is going on until October 6th, and the Salvage Weekend Playlist Crucible event, and there's a special Crucible event of the Iron Banner that begins October 7th. And the Destiny original soundtrack is going to be available soon on iTunes.
Ooh, that I'm looking for.
Soundtrack is good. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
And also there's a Bungie Bounty event as well. I don't know when that's supposed to be, but yeah.
Okay.
So just a little bit about some events that's taking place soon.
And what did you say about reviews? You said something earlier before we did the show about Bungie responding to the reviews that it got.
They said they thrive on reviews.
That they thrive, so that means that they're gonna fix it?
I don't know. They said they don't thrive on reviews. They thrive on feedback.
Oh, thrive on feedback, yeah. All right.
So basically, they were saying, of course, some of the reviews Destiny have received, including GameSpot, scored the game lower than most of Bungie's previous games, and lower than what many people were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically stating... Actually, they didn't say anything. Let me see. Bungie's... No, it's going into all this different stuff. I haven't had a chance to read it, just the highlights or whatever, so... So basically, the community manager, David Dague, D-A-G-U-E, I'm assuming that's Dague, he writes, he just basically stated that Bungie thrives on feedback. Never feel like you need to stick up for us when you see someone expressing an honest opinion about our games. Okay, Bungie, guess what? I traded my game in. How's that?
Oh! All right. All right, we're going to go down the panel right now, and we're going to see who still has their game and who traded it in. So we're gonna start with Dirty. Dirty. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
still have your? Do you still have Destiny?
No third.
No.
Sorry, Bungie.
So that's one. Okay, so that's one person that traded it in. So next we got Bawse. Do you still have your copy of Destiny?
His mic is muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's busy.
Probably.
We'll go down. Denny. I was about to call Denny Destiny. Denny. Denny.
Yeah.
Do you still have Destiny?
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know why everyone is selling it, because that's a good game.
Okay, so we got one and one. So one keeps it, one got rid of it. Lynn. Oh my God, that is the Super Smash Brothers bundle box. I can't wait. All right. I'm sorry. I got to. All right, Lynn. Did you keep your copy of Destiny or did you trade it in?
I traded it in, and that money is going towards my Xbox One purchase next month.
Two. Okay, next we have Miss K. Did you keep it or did you get rid of Destiny?
I got rid of it and put it on Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor.
Oh yeah, you did mention that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So all right. So Trent, did you trade in Destiny?
Yeah, I traded in for
Oh, you did
for
trade
an
it in.
iPhone.
All right.
What?
He traded it in.
Oh my God.
All right. Four. Okay, four. All right, Bawse. Did you keep your Destiny copy or did you get rid of it?
I mean, you know, I gotta go against the grain, man, because I'm a gamer. So you already know how I'm gonna give it up. I'm the bad guy. So you know, I still got Destiny, and the reason why I still got it because, like I said, I think a lot of people are prematurely writing this game off. I think that with the support of content that's coming on its way, along with the King's Wrath, I've been playing the Queen's Wrath. I've been playing that. You know what I mean? Getting exotic armor. You know, Bungie has also, fixed a lot of the patches. A lot of people was farming, pretty much not playing the game just to collect armor. They fixed that. So now you're going to be able to get armor and exotic weapons. So, I mean, overall, man, I mean, it's a good game to me. You know, it's only going to get better from here on. And I'm proud to be a supporter of Bungie Destiny.
Well, there's another patch coming, Boss. Basically to allow players to voice chat during match-made activities.
That'd be cool.
That's
So
big.
basically, it would be the match-made players in the Crucible, Strikes, Tower of Public Spaces. You may be able to communicate with one another.
That's big. That's big because when you get into them strikes, man, I mean, you need to talk to whoever you're playing with because they put you with a lot of randoms unless you're playing with some friends. And, I mean, it's cool to be able to talk to other people while you're playing. So, like I said, man, I think, 2 years from now, I think people that gave away their game are going to be buying it again because it's going to be that much better.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's real, yep.
Most likely, I'll just wait for a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, 'cause they have all the DLC in it.
I have all the DLC that I don't have to pay for, even though technically I'm paying $6 to get it again. Whatever. But yes. But anyways, Dougie, did you got your copy of Destiny?
Dougie.
Yeah, I got it.
And how are you liking it so far?
Well, to be honest, I kind of got bored of it a little bit.
Really? What is it about it that you don't like?
Basically the missions. It's like I'm not really feeling how the missions is really. It's kind of boring to me.
Right.
What level you at? I mean, because you got to really play it to really get bored of it. You know what I mean? Personally, you got to really play it a lot. You know what I mean? To really, so if you at an early level, I mean, you couldn't have saw the whole game yet.
Well, I got to it. I'm on. Well, I started over because I just didn't like my character. I just restarted over.
Yeah, all right. I traded in my copy today. So the thing is that with Destiny, my biggest problem is, look, I'm not saying this as an argument, but this is just my personal opinion with it. See, I respect everybody who has their copy of Destiny still and is enjoying the game and stuff. You know, to each their own. Personally, I didn't enjoy it because the game didn't offer anything that was different to me that made it feel like it was justified to keep it. I wasn't interested in the story because it didn't really give me one. And when the story started to pick up, the game was over. And I'm not a multiplayer guy when it comes to playing, when it's playing the Crucible. I don't want to play the Crucible. And even though there are strike missions and everything like that, there's only so much of just shooting hordes of enemies that I can take. And yes, I'm playing Hyrule Warrior, so that absolutely makes me a hypocrite, but I would rather hack and slash than shoot. But when it comes with Destiny, it was because there was not the fact that I had to buy and spend hundreds of dollars over the span of 10 years is a big major turnoff in this game. So I'd probably wait for a Decade of the Year edition before I even pick up Destiny. Because if they're not even a Game of the Year edition, but a Decade of the where it comes with all the DLC and it's like $30. So I'd rather take that than and then get the full experience in one game and just wait for it to be complete than have to wait little by little and then have to pay like $30 for 2 seasons. It's just it's too much money for me. So so is there anything else? Wait a minute, let me see if there's any other stories. Go ahead, Lynn.
Amazon closed its $1.1 billion acquisition of Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, so they filed the paperwork with SEC recently that confirms it closed its acquisition of Twitch yesterday, well, on the 25th. On the 25th. So basically, the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, basically stated that that the firm believe in our community, they share our values and long-term vision, and they want to help us get there faster. Basically, he was stating that, well, not he, but they said that, let's see, in July, Twitch had 55 million unique visitors and 15 billion minutes of viewed content. So basically what they're what they're wanting to do is, I guess, grow. To grow Twitch or whatnot. And I think they have plans that's going to probably just, go around Twitch. They may make I heard they were making their own gaming console, set-top gaming box. I don't know for sure. But, there were rumors of that, and I'm sure that's going to tie into Twitch some kind of way to help it to move along and push forward or whatever. Otherwise, I don't see any other reason why they would put down $1.1 billion to acquire Twitch. Hopefully, in the processes of that too, they'll be able to make Twitch better because it's so buggy.
Hopefully, because Twitch is buggy in its perspective. It does suffer a little bit, and hopefully Amazon can change it. Like maybe buy more servers to handle people. That'd be great. There was a question that was asked before our last episode ended, because our last episode got like 71 views, which
Yay!
is huge within 2 days. So yes, and also we forgot to mention that Games isn't here, so he's probably farming those exotics and legendaries on Destiny.
I don't blame him.
I mean, so there's that. So I know that he's. I just seen that comment. Not everybody was here. We're missing Games. So Games, we hope to see you. We hope that you can put the controller down for at least a little bit so you can enjoy yourself. But anyways, I'm sorry. But all right, so Dweezy, I hope I'm saying that right. Dweezy, that's his name. I hope I'm saying that right. So please forgive me. He says, "Do any of you own a handheld? And if you do, and if you do, which do you prefer, the PS Vita or the 3DS? Because I'm looking into getting one soon."
Ooh.
All right. Well, Dweezy, I hope I'm saying that right. Like I said. Okay. So you know what? We're gonna start this down. I'll save my opinions for last. So we're gonna go down with Dirty.
Yeah.
What would you recommend? What would you recommend for Dweezy as a handheld console? Would it be the 3DS, PS Vita, or hell, something else like oh god, I was gonna say N-Gage.
No.
I'm like, that's like 1999. I mean, it doesn't even exist. But yeah, what would you recommend?
I mean, they're both excellent handhelds. I don't have the Vita just yet. I'll be getting one next year because I've been debating for a while should I pick up a Vita. But I do have the 3DS, and I mean the 3DS has some excellent games on there. If you're looking for a variety of different genres, different type of game, different way to play the game, then I would go with 3DS.
So 3DS. Okay, so we got one 3DS. All right, Bawse, I know that you don't have a handheld console, but if you were to get a handheld console and you could only choose one, let's say that you're in this situation and you can only choose one, which one appeals to you more in terms of games?
Well, I mean, right now, what I use as my handheld console is my tablet that I picked up recently. It's a Samsung tablet. But as for the 3DS and the PS Vita, we cannot also not forget to leave out the NVIDIA Shield.
That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
That is out there as well. But it comes down to actually preference. You know what I mean? It depends what you want to play. If you want to play more mature games, you're going to go with more mature graphics, then you're going to go with the PS Vita because it's going to give you that console look type feel on your handheld. But if you want to go with Nintendo, they have a expansive platform of games that everyone plays, that are known, that are pretty good, that you wouldn't go wrong with getting. But if I had to choose one for him to pick, I would choose a Nintendo 3DS due to the fact that it got a ton more games that you would be able to choose from.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So we got 2 for 3DS. All right, Denny. Yes. I know that you have a 3DS, okay? Mm-hmm. But what would you recommend for Dweezy here? What handheld console? The PS Vita or the 3DS? Are you enjoying your 3DS?
Just buy a 3DS. No guessing.
3DS. All right, so we got 3 for 3DS. Lynn, 3DS or PS Vita?
I can't pick one or the other. This is why. I own both, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, as far as gameplay on the Vita, I do love that, that crisp, vibrant OLED screen. I have not had as many issues, as far as hand cramps and things as I do with the 3DS. And I have the XL, not the regular 3DS. I have long fingers. So it still poses an issue with, gameplay on the 3DS. Like I said, I've not had those issues with the Vita. There are many positives to both consoles. For instance, with the Vita, if you have PlayStation Plus, if you already own the PlayStation 3 and have PlayStation Plus, you're going to get free games for your Vita as well. So that is something you can look at. And then with the 3DS, there are a slew of games that are coming out or that are already out that you can pick from to play. The graphics are really nice. I would suggest though, if you do go with the 3DS, wait until the new 3DS come out because you have a faster processor. You have that C stick. You're going to be able to play games like Xenoblade Chronicles, Monster Hunter 4, and you can still play the older games as well. So, and there's a removable battery, and you can add your own micro SD card or whatever the case is, your own expandable memory. Put it that way. So if you do decide to go with the 3DS, wait. I would say wait until the new 3DS come out. That way you can make it your own. Like you can do your cell phone. You can interchange but your plates. So, you can truly customize it. You're going to have things. You're going to have all these other things readily available to you. I wouldn't suggest to buy it now because you're stuck with what you have. I would say just hold off if you decide to go with the 3DS and wait to get the new 3DS because then there's truly more customization things that you can do and things like that. I like both of them, but to be honest with you, as of right now, I am playing my 3DS a lot more than my PlayStation Vita. So I don't know if that'll have any, hold any bearings onto your decision or not, but I like both of them, but as of now, more gameplay is being played on my 3DS XL.
All right. Miss K, Vita or 3DS?
It's personal preference. One thing I want to let Dweezy know that to me, as far as memory, you'll get more out of your 3DS because unlike on the Vita, you can only get 32 gigs. I don't know if they've changed it.
They have 64 gigs.
Oh, they have 64.
Yeah.
That's okay, but it's more games, and I do have both the PS Vita and the 3DS XL.
Mm-hmm.
But the library of games is more optimized, I think, for the 3DS. Not putting the PS Vita down because I have both of them.
Yeah.
And I do like the remote play on the PS Vita, but it goes back to him. It's personal preference. It's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I can only suggest if you want games, get a 3DS. If you want it, it's not a lot of games on the PS Vita. I'm just gonna keep it real.
There aren't.
It's not a lot of games, so it just depends on what type of gamer you are. It's ultimately back on him. I really can't tell him which one to get. Just know that the 3DS has more of a library of games than the PS Vita at this point. So he can do it like that.
Yep.
All right. Trent, I know you used to have a Vita, but so what would you recommend for Dweezy as a handheld console if you could choose, if you had to stick with one?
I say get the Nintendo. I have to agree with what everyone else said, like Lynn and Miss K, about because they both have Vitas, and I had one, so if I could do it again, if I had a choice, I would go Nintendo. More games.
More games. There we go. All right, Dougie, how you doing, buddy? I know handheld is your department. So what would you recommend for Dweezy here? Would you have him get a 3DS or would you have him get a PlayStation Vita?
Well, I would say go with the 3DS because they have a better library of games. Vita don't really have too much, games coming out. Well, they do got some games coming out, but they're mostly, like Japan type games. So if you're not into like the RPG stuff, you might not really get too much games that you want on the Vita. I do plan on getting a Vita though, because they do have some games that appeal to me, some of the upcoming games. But if you want some games to play, I say go with the 3DS.
Okay, all right. This is an interesting perspective. See, both consoles have their pluses, and they have their they have their pros and they have their cons. My personal opinion is that literally it's going to be like Miss K said, it's based on your preference. And like Bawse said, if you're more into the mature content stuff, the Vita's your thing. It has a lot of variety in there. However, a lot of Vita games are just ports of PS3 games that came out. The majority of them are. There are some great games like Uncharted, Golden Abyss, Little Big Planet,
Persona.
Persona Golden, which is a remake. There's the Final Fantasy X 2 remastered, which is great to have that as a portable with you. But your expandable memory is only 32 gigabytes. So
64.
64. But in Japan, it's 64. 32 in the States.
Wow.
So but you can buy a Japanese 64 gigabyte if you want. However, one of the biggest benefits that the Vita has is that it's a little bit more big. It's a lot better looking to look at. It does have multi-plat stuff, like you can watch Hulu, Netflix, and all that other stuff that you want on it. You can navigate. You have YouTube. You can check your email, go on Twitter, Facebook. It has that variety.
Too.
You can also chat with your friends. Even if they have a PS4, you can still chat with them through the Vita.
And in-game.
And in-game and stuff like that. The only problem with the Vita is that certain games take too much memory for you to even play online. And therefore it disables your chat features. And therefore you cannot. So really, you're limited to what you can use with the chat. However, on the Vita, it also has that PlayStation Remote Play Edition. Now, unless if you have your PlayStation 4 connected to a really good Ethernet port, if you're using Wi-Fi on your PlayStation 4, it's recommended that if you do go the Vita route, you do have the Remote Play where you can play your PlayStation 4 games on your Vita, but it's only the game that's in the tray or the ones that you have downloaded on your PlayStation 4. That is a personal benefit that the Vita has. It is better for people with bigger hands, and there's also accessories that you can buy if you feel that the Vita is not comfortable enough. You can get some triggers and things like that. So the Vita is more accessible in that perspective. However, its libraries of games is very, very minimal, and it looks like there's nothing in the future for it, unless if it, like Thuggy said, it's Japanese games, and we're not even sure if those are even going to be ported over here to the States. As far as the 3DS goes, it is recommended that if you do go that route to wait for the new one, because online is going to be better. But 3DS has a more diverse library of games. You got your typical Nintendo games, like you got Mario Kart. It's better for online as well. You got Pokemon. You got all that other stuff. Now, however, JRPGs. Now, however, if none of that interests you, there are some fighters and things like that. But Nintendo is a little bit more on the Japanese side. So you got the Resident Evil series and things like that. Like you have Resident Evil Chronicles, I don't remember, Revelations, and you have a few other games as well. So it is definitely, you have more variety to choose from when you pick a 3DS when it comes in terms of games. However, there are two versions. There are more diverse choices for you to pick on the 3DS. In terms of the console itself, you can get the regular one, you can get the XL depending on what your hand size is, and if you are going to get the 3DS, if you are planning on getting the 3DS, the 3DS can do Netflix and can do Hulu Plus as well, and it does have internet connectability. However, it's more better connectivity for friends because of the diverse games. Some games even support that if your friend doesn't have the game that you have, that you don't need to play that game with that friend doesn't need the game in order to play with you. They just can connect to one game, and that is a brilliant move on Nintendo's part. But however, it's only on certain few games. So really, I would say I would be leaning more to the 3DS side because of the fact that there. But if you want to go the cheap route, since you have to wait since I would recommend you wait for the new 3DS, get the Vita TV. It's $100. It's $100 to $130 if you want the controller with the game, and therefore you can play all your Vita games on there, and plus that's an extra PS4 remote play in another room of the house, and then so you can play all your Vita games on your TV, and then when the 3DS comes, that can be your portable. So if you want both and you're still struggling, that could be a way to look at it. So that is that question. C Fine Coco says, when am I going to see more dual screen Wii U games streaming? Nintendo Domination is the only YouTube I see doing it right now. Okay. Sorry, C Fine Coco. The reason why you probably don't see a lot is because a lot of people have to send in their gamepad to have a card in it, a capture card in it, a separate capture card in order to stream it. And a lot of people don't find it really useful because you don't really need to play a Wii U game with your gamepad. I play with Pro Controller. So normally you're not really looking down at the second screen. So pretty much that's the reason why a lot of YouTubers probably don't have it, is because only on games like Nintendo Land and things like that is where it matters. But as far as
he wants to see people playing on the game.
He wants to see people like have the gamepad and what's on the screen at the same time. That's what he wants. So So unfortunately, I'm not gonna. That's too much money to send it in. So yeah, all right. Mega Gamer Man says, "Laugh out loud, nice show."
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, the Good Shepherd wrote, "Wow, I can't believe I never heard of you guys. This is an awesome cast."
Yay.
Plus, Mega Gamer Man, till the end. Thanks, my dude. I think he was referring to him. Then the Good Shepherd wrote twice with a smiley face and exclamation points. Miss K! Next, we also have JC Grooves, which is Jason.
JC.
He always has to write a comment like this but whatever, I'll read it anyway, just to make him happy. Will lost the article. Will is always losing something. Like to me in Mario Kart 8, laugh out loud. I beat you a few times. You know what? You ain't perfect. Now, if you were winning every single race, then I would be bowing down to you. But you lost like 8, so calm down. Next, we have I am so sorry if I butcher your name. Coupon? Cute. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call you K. KS. I'm really sorry. I don't want to say your last name just in case if you don't want nobody to know. It says you guys are funny and cool peeps. Subbed. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. And then Trent wrote, "Oh, I forgot about Games Rush." Gamers Are Us. Games Are Us.
You always get his name wrong.
I'm sorry, it's Games Rush. Okay, it's Games Rush D. But it's Games Are Us. So Games at 8:32. He even put the timestamp and everything.
Wow.
Thank you, Trent.
Yeah, I was just trying to. I didn't want to interrupt you because you was talking about Smash at that time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I just wrote it in a comment. That way, if Games see it, I wasn't being shady or anything. I forgot about Games. He's busy playing games right now. He's just living by his name. That's what he's doing. Speaking of games, something that's not a game is going away.
Oh yeah,
I see that. I was getting ready to mention that to you.
Go ahead. Let Trent say it.
I'm the one who was always on this PlayStation at home. I'm devastated. No, I'm not devastated. I really don't care. But I did waste a lot of money at home, and they said it's gonna go away on March 2015.
Wow.
They didn't give a specific date though.
Europe.
Yep.
Dang.
Not a specific date, but Japan and Europe and the U.S. are gone.
Oh wait, they actually mentioned Japan?
I read another article.
They're closing it everywhere. It's gonna
it's gone. All that work.
Yeah.
Gone.
Wow.
All that work, and everybody who bought something for that got screwed over massively. So
yeah, because they can't keep it.
You can't keep it. So that's the scary thing about buying DLC or digital things, because the moment that they stop supporting that game, all that money that you wasted goes away.
Well, it's online only, so.
And it is online only, so it's like no point, yeah. But like, so how does everybody feel about this? We're talking about PlayStation Home.
Care.
Wait, Dirty. How do you feel about PlayStation Home getting canceled?
I really don't care about PlayStation Home. mean, I mean, when I first got the PS3, I tried it out, went inside, and I was like, oh, okay, pretty cool, and never went back.
Exactly what I
Left
did.
home.
Right.
Home.
All right, so we got one don't care. All right, so Boss, how do you feel about PlayStation Home like shutting down its servers for good?
Yeah, I mean, I think that shit was like kind of ahead of its time. So I think that's the reason why a lot of people really didn't use it. You know, it's more like a Avatar type community, and I understand where they was going with it, but they was kind of spreading themselves kind of thin because they wasn't really supporting it like they should have. But I never used this, so I mean, I guess rest in peace, PlayStation Home.
Wow.
All right, a moment of silence for PlayStation Home. All right, we're done. All right. All right. Denny,
Ooh.
how do you feel about PlayStation Home like closing for good? No more PlayStation Home.
I really don't care.
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. All right.
I
Lynn?
told you that before.
What?
I told you that before.
Yeah, I know. You didn't care. All right. Lynn?
I've played home a couple of times, but then it started to get creepy when people would sit beside me and actually carry on conversations like they were trying to hit on an avatar. I'm like, is your life that pathetic that you can hit on me?
Macking on
Inside
PS4.
a PlayStation Home, it's an avatar. Dude, seriously? So what's your name? What's your number? Can I call you? No, you can't. You're probably 12 years old. Get away from me.
You don't know if I could be a guy? I mean, like,
So yeah, once it started to get creepy, I did not go back.
Wow.
okay, so you didn't go. All right, so PlayStation Home is gone for you. Away.
It was beautiful though. It was a beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, they had a lot of nice areas, and the graphics were gorgeous. You know, there was a lot of things to do. I even had a little baby kitten running around with me. It was so cute.
Oh, that cat's gonna die.
that was my little road dog. Every time I go running around, my little kitten come running after me. So yeah, but
Oh, that's so sad. That means that your cat is gonna die.
Stop! Don't say that.
It's sad because it's going away. They're
Stop,
deleting
Will.
it.
Don't talk about my kitten.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Leave him alone.
I'm sorry. Okay, we got a message from Billy Fury. He says, "Hello, Hammerheads."
Hammerheads.
Okay. All right. All right. Hi, Billy Fury.
Ditto.
We're sharks now.
He didn't say. He said he didn't say sharks. He just said hammerheads.
That's what a hammerhead is.
Well, no, there's a hammerhead shark, and then there's literally a hammerhead. You know.
I don't know what you talking about, Will.
Like the head of a hammer, like an actual head. Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
No.
Okay, okay, Miss K, how do you feel about Miss Home? Miss Home, how do you feel about Home closing? Yeah.
I mean, I played it, but I wish I could keep my items. I had some pretty cool items in home.
Yeah, spending real money on that stuff. Come
No,
on,
I didn't spend real money, but I would earn, play games or whatever and get free stuff. But I had some cool items, so other than that, I didn't really get on it. I got the free stuff, so.
You better go in there and take pictures of it. See, go in there and take pictures. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you.
Trent, I know you asked the question, but how do you personally feel about every home closing?
Actually, I had a good experience, but that was years ago. I made hundreds of friends on there.
Lord.
I had like a community of people.
Oh
that I hung out with.
I got
That
one
was-
too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You got like the little clubs, like the little thing. I met a lot of people on home, and I spent a lot of money on home too, hundreds of dollars. That I like. Why did I do that? But I stopped buying until like probably like 4 years ago. So
Wow.
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna miss home in a way, but then again, it's like I'm not really gonna miss it because I hadn't used it in so long. But yeah, home is going away.
It's going away. All right, we got some questions. Billy Fury asks, "How's everyone doing?" And he says, "I'm British, by the way." So, hi! Thank you for watching all the way from
Our British brother.
Yeah, our British brother. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Yeah, he says, "So who's smoking the pot tonight?" Laugh out loud.
Hey, we're just high on life, buddy. Life. We're high on the anticipation of new games and peripherals and things of that nature.
We're just a happy bunch.
Yeah, and we're even more high that you guys are watching and you have subscribed to this lovely channel.
You're our pot.
Mixed gamers here.
Yep.
So what about Dougie?
Well, yeah, Dougie, how do you feel about PlayStation Plus home closing?
That's
God, that will happen one day, and that's gonna be like anarchy. But Dougie, how do you feel about home closing down? Did you ever use it?
I used it like one time, but it's not really nothing that I care about.
Nothing at all?
Dougie,
okay, so
Dougie,
what?
Dougie. What do you play?
Games.
What kind of
games? That's all it is. They say I don't play Avatar Second Life.
I know. It's like we always mention this stuff. I'm not into that. I'm not into that either. I'm like, what?
It's
what do you play?
The same person. It's like no, like everything we mentioned. We also have a question. Well, not question, but a question and a thing from the same person, Justin. I don't want to say your last name just in case you don't want me to say it. Made a mention to Lynn when you were mentioning home. He says, "She is right. I'm on it now." I guess thinking about home. And the question is, do you game with fans? Oh yes,
definitely,
yes, definitely. Normally we do. It's just we just usually kind of like if there's a big game that's coming out or something like that. Normally we will always put like a host or we'll give a code out. If we plan on doing like a tournament or something like that, we normally will put it up and things like that, and then you can join. Like normally we do Mario Kart 8 stuff, and we're always looking for people to play and stuff on Mario Kart 8. We love it, and we add people. We add people as long as they allow us.
What, Jedi? Was that his name? Jedi played. Was that the name, Jedi? There was somebody that asked if they could join in on the Mario Kart game.
I thought
it was somebody named Jedi. Or
are you sure it was Jedi? Because I don't remember Jedi. There was Link. Link played with us. Link played with us the other day, and he actually played and was on our live stream during the live stream. So that was cool. So yeah, we do game with fans. We definitely do game with fans. The next big game that we will be playing will probably be Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. So.
Sunset Overdrive.
And then Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive.
Okay. All right. My personal thing with home is, it was always that thing that was the thing. The reason why I never played home was because of the fact that you always have to be you always had to update to get to a certain place. And then it took so long because oh my god, how slow the PlayStation 3's internet was. And then so I'm like, you know what, screw this, I'm done. I did the E3 thing. I think I saw Pottermore. Actually, I think I did, yes. I saw it once. There was an Uncharted thing. It could have been so much. And like Bawse said, it was so ahead of its time. And I felt like maybe if it came out on PlayStation 4 instead of PlayStation 3, it probably would have been different. Because it was in beta for like 6 years.
I know.
Then
they got trophy support in the final year, and this year, last year, and now it's like it's done. I got some of the trophy. Did I get the trophy? No, I got a few of them though. few trophies. Because Trent mentioned trophies, I'm like, ooh! I'm like, is there a platinum? You're like, no. All right, I'm like, okay. All right, so we got some more comments in. The comments are coming in!
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so Justin also says, no, I'm on PlayStation. We have all, the majority of us have or are getting all three consoles. So I do have a PlayStation 4. Bawse has a PlayStation 4. Dirty has a PlayStation 4. Denny has a PlayStation 4. Lynn has a PlayStation 4. Miss K has a PlayStation 4. Trent has a PlayStation 4. And Thuggy has a PlayStation 3 and a 3DS, right?
Yeah.
All right. But then Boss got the Xbox One. Lynn is getting an Xbox One. Miss K has an Xbox One. Trent is planning on getting an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One. And Dirty has a Wii. Dirty, I don't know if you're getting an Xbox One.
Yeah, I'm getting one.
Denny's going to get an Xbox One for Tomb Raider.
Yep.
And
He mad too.
He mad. You know what I'm saying? No.
He mad.
Why do they have to claim Tomb Raider?
Because they wanted to. They want you
Sony. To buy the console.
They want you to buy it.
Yeah, but that's weird because in the consoles, I've always knew no Tomb Raider on PlayStation. So I don't know why it's on Xbox.
Well, Tomb Raider went multi-platform. They got bought out. They bought Crystal Dynamics or Eidos, or Square Enix bought Eidos, and Crystal Dynamics rebooted the sister series. So I don't even think it's the same people that are creating.
That also failed on the Angel of Darkness game, and that's why Crystal Dynamics.
Was Chris. Okay, all right.
Yeah. It was on PC.
It was a big fail.
Yeah, but it's just Tomb Raider wasn't only PlayStation. It was on PC, right?
I had it.
It was on a computer.
Yeah, PlayStation.
Yeah, but PlayStation was the console. The console thing. So yeah. Oh, we got another comment. All right. So Billy Fury says the first game console I had was Nintendo 64. 007 GoldenEye was the first game I ever played. And he goes on to continue, one of my favorite PS1 games was Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. It was based on the musical version of the War of the Worlds. Oh, okay, I never played the War of the Worlds one. I played Parappa the Rappa, but I guess we can go into what our first games were. Did we do this before? Did we ever say what our first games were? Like what was the first game? No, we never did. Okay, then we can talk about that. Then we also said, we all hate Xbox Ones. Oh, Opera. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. OPRA. He said we all hate Xbox Ones. Okay. All right. Says I don't care if you say my last name. Okay, it's Justin Carter. Justin Carter's the one that's writing these questions. So all right, we're gonna go with what was our first game that we ever played that got us hooked. Literally, that got us hooked onto gaming. So let's go to Dirty. How you doing, Dirty?
What's going on?
Dirty, what was the first game that got you hooked onto console game, like in gaming in general? Like what started it off for you?
I think what started it off for me, I probably had to been about 4 or 5 years old. My brother had a Atari 64, and I remember 2 games were Spider Fighter, excellent game, and a game called River Raid on the Atari. And that's what got me into gaming, and I moved to NES when it first launched in America, and I've been gaming ever since.
Oh my God! Oh God! There you go. So yours was Spider Fighter.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Look it up. It's an excellent game, and I think it's also it might be a what do they call it that you can play it on a PC emulator.
Oh yeah, there's definitely an emulator on it.
Yeah, if you can get an Atari emulator, that game would definitely be in there.
Okay, all right. Bawse. Boss, what was the first video game that got you hooked on video games, like, period?
Man, the first game I ever played was called Pong, and that was the first one as far as consoles that really got me interested in playing video games. So I'd say Pong.
So Pong started it all. So we got two Atari, okay, goes back as far as the Atari. Denny.
Yeah.
What was the first video game you've ever played that got you hooked on the video games?
God. Oh my God. I remember the game, but I don't remember the name.
Oh.
It's on PlayStation 1, and it's basically there's a fairy and there is a Joker, and it's like a indie game. I don't. It's very old, but I remember because we don't own any console back then. When I was little, my sister, she's older than me, by the way. She had to borrow PlayStation 1, and it's like a big console.
Yeah.
Not a small one. She borrowed the PlayStation, and she borrowed a few games. One of them is that one that I just told you that I don't remember the name. The other one was Tomb Raider, and I still remember the first time I saw my sisters play that game, I was like staring at it, and no, not the boobs. I was
What the world?
Not the boobs.
It was so cool. I saw her, and I was like, wow, it's the first time I see a female in a video game. And after that, I couldn't stop thinking of gaming and Tomb Raider. So I got my first console, and my first game that I played that made me hooked up was Tomb Raider 2.
Tomb Raider 2. Okay.
Huh?
Wow. Okay, so Denny started Tomb Raider. So Denny started in the PlayStation era. All right. Next, we got Lynn. Lynn, what was the first video game that you could remember that got you hooked on playing video games?
Well, the first console that I was able to actually get was the Nintendo. So, of course, it was Mario and Duck Hunt or whatever. I used to play that a lot. So I guess I would have to say Mario on the regular Nintendo, where you got to blow out the cartridges to put it in just so it'll work.
All right. All right, Justin. It doesn't matter how many comments you have. We want comments. That's what makes the show. So ask away. Billy Fury says that there was a PC version of Jeff Wayne's The War of the Worlds. It was a strategy game where you chose to play as humans or the Martians. And says no one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched from a timeless world of space. Oh, that sounds interesting. I definitely have to look it up. War of the Worlds, if anybody, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, if anybody wants to check that out. Miss K, what was the first game that started it all for you?
I'm gonna take it back.
Oh, she gonna take it.
I'm gonna take it back. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Yes.
Sit at that little table and play Pac-Man.
Girl, yes. Pac-Man set it off for me. I was like, okay, all right.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the
Running from
first
the
game I
ghost.
played. Yep.
Oh man, arcades used to be nice.
That used to be.
How much
I
missed
miss
it.
arcades.
Yep.
Oh, all right. So Pac-Man. All right. So Trent, what was the first game that started it all off for you?
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It definitely had to be Sonic. Blowing in a cartridge, like Lynn said.
Kids these days will never understand.
No,
They will
no,
never understand.
Reset button and start. That's all
Yeah,
you
like
got.
what the
hell y'all talking about?
A reset button. What is
Yeah,
that?
reset and power. That's all it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even cartridges are a little bit too much, you know. Thuggy, what was the first game that started it all off for you?
It would have to be Dig Dug.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wait,
Nice.
what was it?
Dig Dug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard of that. Mm-hmm.
I never heard of that.
Really? That's a classic.
Wait. I want to make sure I'm. Wait, Dig Duck?
Dig Dug.
Oh, Dig Dug. Oh, okay. All right. What was that? Was that for Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I heard of it. I think I even seen it. I don't know. It just the name doesn't ring a bell. 'Cause for me, when I started gaming, I always used to watch my sister play, so she would always play like Dick Tracy or Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the NES. There was the Ninja Turtles game, and all these were technically bad games. And then and I used to play Asteroids in the arcade. That was my thing. Asteroids was my thing because it was the only arcade game that I could actually trick to get me to play for free for as many times as I wanted. But my first console experience would definitely have to have been Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt for the NES. That was my first thing that got me into video games. I remember I got better than my sister, and I was like 3-4 years old.
Wow.
And I was better than my sister. I was getting better than my sister. My sister got Mario Brothers 3. Blew my freaking mind how great that game was. And oh my god, I used to let my friends borrow things. I'm going too much into detail, so let's move on. I could reminisce all day. I could reminisce all day about the good old days of gaming, but I don't want to feel it. So he says, all right. So he says, Justin also is writing more stuff, so which is good. Thank you. He said, I just did a project on the history of video games. I did one too. Actually for my senior year in high school. It was my senior project, and I absolutely loved it. And I remember it was when the PlayStation 3 E3 just before it was about to come out, and I was so excited. And then so far, Justin Carter. Oh wow, loves you, Lynn. Lynn is my favorite so far, not leaving out the rest of you. So far, Lynn, you have a fan!
Yay!
You have a fan!
Somebody does care about me.
Yeah.
Lynn, I told you, you are a lovable person. Everybody loves you. Calm down. Then he says, I did a project for... Oh, wait, no, that's the same thing. He says, I'm young, and I can tell you the history of video games.
Wow.
All right.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, it's great. I'm glad, because there's a lot of people that are ignorant and refuse to know where the history of these new games come from. And it is really, really good to hear that even people that are like anywhere that are like, look, if I was a dad, I would be raising my kids the way that I was raised on video games. I start them with the Nintendo first, and then make them work their way up.
Man.
The Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast. No,
Yes.
I would be hooking them up with emulators, and I said, look, you gotta play this game.
No, Will. They need to play it on the actual console, not no emulator.
I can't get access to the actual console unless somebody want to let me borrow one. Then that's fine. But yeah, that's perfectly fine. Billy Fury has another comment or question. He says, I don't know if any of you are Doctor Who fans, but there is a PS3 game called Doctor Who: The Eternity Clock. Is anybody here Doctor Who fans?
I'm not a big fan of it, but I like Doctor Who.
You like Doctor Who? Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else like Doctor Who or ever watched it?
No, I never watched it.
Watched it.
I started watching
That's
Doctor Who.
the show with the TARDIS and stuff in it?
Yeah, the TARDIS.
Well,
and,
I've heard of it, but I've never really watched it.
I seen a few episodes and I was in love with the episodes.
Yeah, I
and then all
heard
of
it
a
was
sudden,
good.
and then something happened because I watched it in like the most awkwardest part of the season. I don't even know who the doctor was at that point, but it was some blonde girl always following him, and they went into like a billion years into the future and things like that. But I have a bunch of friends that are Doctor Who fanatics, and that's the reason why they told me you should watch the show. You should watch the show. And then I kind of like was watching like a gazillion shows at the same time. I was watching like Downton Abbey, catching up on Big Bang Theory, watching
I
The
love
Walking
that
Dead, Game of Thrones, and all this other stuff. So so I
Under
kind
the
of just like left
Dome
it.
is a really good show, by the way. In case if you
I
guys
haven't
have
seen
not
it.
seen.
Isn't
Oh
it
my
getting
God, I
canceled?
love it.
I thought
That
that
is,
they were going to cancel it.
I don't know. It was still good. I saw seasons 1 and 2, and it's actually a Stephen King. It's based off of a Stephen King novel, which I did not know.
You did
Wow.
not know.
No, and I can actually get that on the Kindle for $7. So I might actually.
$7!
Yeah, I might do that and read it. So yeah, but that is a really good show. I was hooked.
I watched it when it first came on. I was all hyped, and I just stopped watching it.
Oh, it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right, all right. Well, if there isn't any more questions or anything that anybody wants to answer, or
Well, there are, but we're getting a little late, so I'm not gonna
yeah,
mention
we're
any
getting
more.
it late. We're getting this episode flew by. It says a missing piece of pizza inspired Namco's Toro Iwatani to make Pac-Man. See, interesting. See, I love it. I love the history of video games. I knew that one. For the fact that Mario was actually named after a plumber, and one of the creator, named Mario after his one. I know it's been a while, so I could be wrong, but somebody got the name Mario from a plumber. The idea from a plumber that was in the apartment complex that that person was living in.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, I mean, I know that we're getting questions, and we actually got viewers now, like an hour and a half into the show. But and it sucks because we gotta go. But thank you guys so much for all your questions. Please subscribe to us. We have also our own personal channels, which we will mention at the end. So yeah, we're gonna mention it at the end of the show. I will post the links up either today or tomorrow of everybody's channel, the Twitch and everything. Justin loves you, Lynn. Oh my God, he wants to know your YouTube and everything. And Miss K, he likes you too. He likes everybody too. So all right, yeah. So pretty much. All right. So also Billy Fury has one more thing he would like to add. Doctor Who started off in 1963, but it was axed in 1989 due to low ratings. In 2005, the show was brought back by Russell T Davies. I hope I said that right. I can't even.
Cool.
What? This is really cool. I think I started watching the 2005 one. Yeah. So that's when I started watching it. So it was that one. I believe it was that one. So I have to. There's a lot that I have to watch, so I have to really get into it. And there's so many shows I gotta watch. Anyways, TV is just so good. It's like you can binge watch it. Like I feel like TV shows are better than movies.
Yeah, true.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and subscribe to our own channels. So we're going to do the outro that we always do, where we go down the line and everybody advertises themselves and kind of says a little bit about themselves before we go. So there we go. We're going to start with Dirty. Dirty, advertise yourself. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. Dirty, advertise yourself.
What's up? This your boy Dirty. You can find me on YouTube at the Old Dirty 33. I don't do gameplays, but I do talk about games, unboxing of games, unboxing of Blu-ray movies. So that's what I'm into. So check me out.
So the Old Dirty 33. All right, so that's the YouTube channel. The Old Dirty 33. That's Dirty's channel. So now we got Bawse. Advertise yourself.
What up, YouTube? It's Brooklyn Bawse. You can find me on Bawse on YouTube. Click the links for my YouTube page, for my Facebook page, my Twitter, all that. You want to stay in contact with me, check out game reviews, gameplay. I do it all. I don't just talk about it.
All right. Go ahead. I love it. And that is Bawse, Bawse. So that is Bawse's channel. Next, we have Denny. Denny, advertise yourself.
I do not have a own YouTube channel, but I am planning to start a vlogging.
Ooh! About time, Danny.
Yeah.
I have to wait till I get a camera and a camera so I can film myself. And basically, it's going to be my daily life.
Okay.
There is going to be music, games, nerdy stuff. I mean, like action figures, all these kind of things.
Okay, cool. Vlogging about nerdy stuff. So there we go. So Denny doesn't necessarily have a channel just yet, but we'll let you know in the future episodes. Next, we have Lynn. Advertise yourself.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Lynn, aka iPod 1 Reviewer, and I have all different types of videos on my channel. So there's like unboxings, maybe a tad bit of gameplay, how-to videos. I love those. So yeah, check me out and subscribe.
Subscribe for unboxing videos. That is iPod 1 Reviewer, the number 1, not the word 1, but iPod 1 Reviewer. Next, we have Miss K. Advertise yourself.
You want me to do it, Miss K? I'm joking.
No, let Miss K do it this time. Let Miss K do it this time.
It's your girl, Miss K, a.k.a. 219 Gary IND. I do it all on my channel, from gaming to ranting, all that good stuff. And I always keep it real, and y'all already know.
110% real.
I could do better than that.
Okay, go ahead, Lynn. Do it. Do. You know you want to. Go ahead, do it.
This your girl, Miss K. 219 Gary IND. Y'all already know. I have all kinds of videos on my channel, from unboxing videos to gameplay videos. I do it all. Y'all already know. You couldn't be here if it wasn't for that. So make sure you watch the videos, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to all these other people too on the panel, and you know all that.
That's it.
Hey, Miss K, it's like you know, if you have to be absent for an episode, Lynn could totally be your wingman right there.
Hey, that's all right with me.
She's like, yo, what's up, yo, girl, Miss K. Repping it up in 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's it. That's it.
Next, we have Trent. Advertise yourself.
Trent Network. Trent, I have a Twitch channel, CUN101, I think. Yeah.
CUN101. Okay.
Yep.
Be sure to check out my Twitch, because I actually probably put more stuff on there than YouTube.
Than your YouTube page.
Yeah.
But he does have a YouTube page that you can follow, which is the Trent Network, even though he has absolutely no videos on it. And I'm trying to get him to put videos on it, but
I took
he don't want
everything
to.
off.
Yeah, he always puts them up and then deletes them. So yeah, whatever. Next, we have Thuggy from Thuggy Plus. Advertise yourself.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Thuggy Plus. Check my channel out. It's Thuggy Plus, the sign, not the word, but my channel do unboxings. I talk about games, do reviews, and y'all can tweet me on Twitter at I am Thuggy if you want to chat about games or anything.
All right, Thuggy! Thuggy Plus. Make sure you follow Thuggy Plus, and there's also links in his YouTube that tells you about his Twitter and Facebook and everything. Also, here, I'll be posting up the links in the video description. Next is me. I have a channel that I actually have two YouTube channels. well, 3 if you include this one. I have Dark Ruler 1030, which is more of my vlogging channel where I talk about like life and I don't know where the hell I was going with that channel, so I don't really post on that much. And then I also have the new channel that I just opened up, which is called The Will of Gaming, and that is a channel where I'm doing video game reviews, unboxings, talking about video games, gameplay videos. I just started it, so I'm getting better as time goes on. I also have a Twitch that you guys can follow me. I'm going to be live streaming Hyrule Warriors tomorrow. I don't know the time yet, but I'll keep you posted, hopefully. You can also follow Gamers Nation. My Twitch is KeyBladeFan26, all one word, lowercase. And for anybody who wants to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything, the links are also in our YouTube page in the icons, so you can follow us on there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. That was a very long outro, but it was so worth it. Links will be in the description. I will put them on, I guess, as soon as this show is done, because I have to stop the broadcast, hang it up, so that way that I have to let it process and everything before I could do anything. But the links to everybody's channel will be in the description. And yeah, be sure to follow all of us. Our shows are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Central. Oh God, I'm sorry, Pacific time, and 6 o'clock Eastern time. Oh God, it's everywhere. So if you guys want to watch, our episodes are on immediately after we put them up. Be sure to ask us questions. We always answer them. You guys definitely make the show. And thank you guys for watching once again. Gamers Nation, we are out. Bye.
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 Peace out, PlayStation Home. Welcome, PlayStation Condo.
Oh, no.
Whoa. I think we're still alive. We're still alive.